All right, today we are diving straight into an analyst-level briefing on what can only be described as a staggering quarter from Nvidia. We're talking about their Q4 2026 earnings, and believe me, it sent some serious shockwaves through the entire tech world.
So let's just start with the number. The one number that kind of says it all. $68.1 billion. And get this, that was Nvidia's revenue for just a single quarter.
And, we have to be super clear here. This isn't just another strong quarter. No way. This is the biggest jump in growth from one quarter to the next in the company's entire history. What we're looking at is, frankly, just unprecedented.
I mean, think about that. In just one quarter. This kind of insane momentum is what's setting the stage for something much, much bigger. We're hearing people, including Nvidia's own CEO, call this a new industrial revolution. And it's all being powered by AI.
And check out this chart to really get a picture of what we're talking about. The company's revenue went from about $39 billion to $68 billion. That's a 73% jump in just 1 year. The speed of this acceleration is, well, it's just stunning.
Okay, so just how historic are we talking here? Let's peel back the layers and really unpack the numbers that made this quarter what it was.
The growth is just explosive everywhere you look. Total revenue, up 73%. But the real story, the engine driving all of this, is what's happening inside the data center. That part of the business grew an incredible 75%. And to really put that into perspective for you, since ChatGPT basically kicked off this whole generative AI race, Nvidia's data center business has grown almost 13-fold. 13 times bigger. That's just wild.
All right, so let's take a closer look inside what Nvidia itself calls the AI factory. This is where we'll see what's actually powering this incredible performance.
Okay, so if you dig into the numbers, the data center part is obviously the powerhouse, right? It brought in over $62 billion. Now, everyone knows about their GPUs. That's the compute part, the star of the show at $51 billion. But here's the real surprise. Networking. It hit $11 billion. That's a jump of more than 260% in a single year. I mean, wow.
That insane growth in networking, which got a huge boost when they bought a company called Mellanox, actually led Nvidia to make this really bold claim. This is a game changer. It forces us to completely rethink what Nvidia is. They're not just a chip company anymore, not by a long shot. They are a full end-to-end data center company.
So, you might be wondering, what's the philosophy here? What's driving companies to pour so much money into Nvidia's hardware? Let's get into that.
It really all comes down to this simple idea from their CEO, Jensen Huang. He's saying that companies aren't just buying chips anymore, they're building AI factories. And in these factories, Nvidia's platform is the heavy machinery. And what do these factories produce? Intelligence. This intelligence comes out as tokens. You can think of these as the little pieces of text or pixels that an AI creates. And the key here is that every single one of those tokens can make money.
And this whole idea has given rise to a new field people are calling tokenomics. It's pretty simple, really. Just like in a regular factory, what's the most important thing? The cost to make your product. Well, in the AI factory, the key number is the cost to generate a single token. This is becoming the single most important economic metric of this whole AI revolution, and it is totally flipping the business of software on its head.
Okay, so demand for tokens is through the roof. Companies are scrambling to build these AI factories. So what's Nvidia's next play? Well, they are absolutely not slowing down. They've already announced their next big thing, the Rubin platform. Now, I know this is just a list of very technical-sounding names, but you don't need to memorize them. Here's the big takeaway. They are designing every single piece of the AI supercomputer, the CPU, the GPU, the networking stuff, all of it, so that it all works together perfectly as one single system. This is so much more than just an upgrade. It's a brand new next-generation architecture from the ground up.
And here is the why. This is the whole strategic goal. The Rubin platform is being built to absolutely slash the cost of making those AI tokens. We're talking up to 10 times cheaper than their current stuff. So the strategy is pretty clear, right? Make AI not just way more powerful, but also radically cheaper and easier for everyone to use on a massive scale.
And of course, this move is getting a huge thumbs up from the big players in the industry. Take Sam Altman from OpenAI, for instance. He sees this huge drop in cost as the absolute key to scaling up artificial intelligence and, actually getting its benefits out to everybody. So with all this insane growth and this super ambitious roadmap, you're probably starting to have some big questions about what comes next. Let's tackle them.
You've got skeptics out there comparing all this to the dot-com bust, and it brings up the one question that is on every analyst's mind right now. It's simple. Can this possibly be sustainable, or are we just living in a massive AI bubble?
Well, Nvidia's answer to that question is pretty clear, and it's all in the data. For their next quarter, they're guiding for $78 billion. That's just a staggering number that blows past even the most bullish forecasts. On top of that, they've got companies lined up with commitments to buy their stuff all the way out into 2027. That tells you they see strong demand for a long time to come.
But, okay, let's be real. The road ahead isn't perfectly smooth. There are some major hurdles. First, you've got the whole geopolitical situation with China, which is a huge question mark. In fact, Nvidia is now basically assuming they'll make zero data center money from China going forward. And second, the competition is finally starting to heat up. You've got big names, AMD, Google, Amazon, all rolling out their own powerful AI chips. They're coming for Nvidia's crown.
So when you step back and look at the big picture, Nvidia's laying the tracks, they're building the literal factories for a new industrial revolution. And that leaves the ultimate question, not for them, but for us, for all of us. They're building the factories, so what are we going to build with them?